Hello, it's Tracy Daviero, your VA mentor and Kava and Gava. Thank you so much for being here. This is my VA free training. And today I wanted to talk to you about communication. A few months ago, I wrote an article about our housekeeper retiring, and so, housekeeper, good heavens, like we're so hoity-toity, our house cleaner retiring. And so we were, obviously devastated. She'd been with us for 3 or 4 years. She came every 2 weeks, and she just did a great job. And but we just figured, okay, so we have to find someone new. And we brought in somebody that was highly recommended in our area, but we ended up not being able to use her. Okay, so she's came a few times, things were not the way that I expected them to be, and we ended up parting ways. There's a blog article, I can put the link in and you can go and read it. But anyway, what I realized from that was all I was thinking is we had somebody who was really experienced versus somebody who was not that experienced. And this happens in the VA world all the time, right? You get somebody who's experienced does things better than somebody who's just starting out in general. But in fact, what had happened with us, and I realized it, we took a lot of the blame, I guess you would call it, for the new housekeeper not working out because we didn't give her the information or the instructions that she needed in order to do the job that we expected her to do. It was about setting expectations, and they all came around communication. So I've been talking about communication a lot because we really failed in that regard in terms of, what we wanted to get done. So I made an assumption that she would just kind of come in and do things the way our other girl had done them without really giving her. I kind of walked around the house and said, she does this, she does this, she does this. And she's, yep, yep, yep. And then she settled into her own routine and it just wasn't the way that we needed things to be done. So, the good news is that I called our old cleaner back to get a name from somebody else, and because she had sent us a name and we didn't use them. And so I said to her, I'm just looking for that girl's number. And it was several months later, and she goes, you know what? I'm actually feeling better. She had taken the time off because she had injured her back. And so she said, I've had a really good summer. I've done some physiotherapy. I think, if you're looking for somebody, I could probably try it again. And we're like, oh my God, it's amazing. But it's really, really important to get that communication right, because had we been really clear with the girl who took over for her or, stepped in after her, we could have told her what we expected, in really clear details. And your clients need to be able to do this for you too. And if they don't do it for you, you should actually ask them. And I think that was one of the things that this girl didn't do either. She was newer. She was doing it not quite as a full-time job. And so I think it was really important that from a VA standpoint, if somebody is not giving you the clear enough procedures or instructions to get their work done in the way that they expect it to get done, then you can step forward and say, okay, here's the procedure that I've developed. Does this look good to you? How is this working for you? And then the other piece of it is about communication. You really want to be on top of them all the time and make sure that everything's going the way it should be, because we ended up going, I think, 6 or 8 weeks with that other girl, and just every time she left, there was something else that she did differently, or poorly, I thought, but differently than I expected. And so when you're trying to meet expectations, communication is one of the most important pieces around that. And so that's a little tip for today. I'll get a little bit more into some communication tips in another video, but certainly that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today, and I hope it's helpful. So you can learn more about me at my events page, yourvamentor.com/events. And because we are on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and keep up on what's going on in the VA training. Thanks so much. Have a great day.